Hello, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, fellas. We're going to be taking a look today at the last legendary armor piece that we've got information for, the Technomancer. Now, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out the other ones, highly recommend you guys check them out. I'll leave the links in the annotations and also within the description. But today we're going to be taking a look at the last one, and boy, this one's actually going to be very good because it synergizes really good with the skill tree. If you have seen my video where I go over the Technomancer skill tree and his main skill set, it's going to be taking a huge advantage on one of the abilities this particular legendary armor is going to do. We're going to be diving into all the specs, the the attributes, and also going over each individual mod and telling you guys exactly why this might be one of the best legendaries armor pieces out there. But before we do, I do want to remind you guys about our monthly giveaway. If you guys want to know more, just click on the link, pinned comment in the comment section down below, and let's talk about the Torrential Downpour. Now, let's get started with the first set of armor, which is going to be the headpiece. Now, I got to tell you guys, I got to give a big shout out to whoever their creative director is and whoever's in charge of their cosmetics, because they look, the legendary gear looks phenomenal. I mean, this looks really, really dope and really amazing. So let's give you guys a quick overview. If you're new to the channel or you're new to Outriders, you're going to get a little bit of information. For those of you who have been watching my previous videos, you guys probably already know this, but I always like to go through it just because there is a lot of new players coming into the game. And the first thing we're going to be looking at, of course, is we're going to be talking about one of the main aspects of any legendary armor. That's the item level and the armor. So you always want to pay close attention to that. Item level just pretty much determines on, the higher drops you get. So the higher you go up in level gear, the more, the higher these are going to be going up. Now remember, you're able to upgrade these and bring this up to whatever gear you currently are. So if you get this armor piece like at a level 17 and you're already level 30, you could definitely upgrade this and move this up, and it will also increase your armor. The next thing we want to take a look at, of course, is this skill tree right here, or this set of attributes that are given to each armor piece. And these are really important because these kind of determine the playstyle and kind of give you a better idea of where you should be spending your points when it comes to the skill tree. And the last thing we're going to be taking a look at, guys, of course, is what the benefit is of the actual armor set when you have all three pieces. Now, remember, there's a total of 5 pieces you can collect for this armor set, which are going to give you specifically mainly bonuses to the 3 columns that we're going to be talking about a little bit later. But if you have 3 pieces equipped, you'll be able to tap into the additional bonus, which is going to be the Torrential Downpour, which is going to basically what it's going to do is says Scrapnel creates additional cluster bombs after explosion. And we'll go a little bit more in depth on that once we get into dive deeply into the armor set. But now let's talk about the 3 main factors that's going to make this suit synergize very well with your skill tree. So we're going to get started, of course, with the goggles. For the goggles, we have anomaly power 131. So remember, if you're new to the game, anomaly power is pretty much your skill or your ability power. So the more higher this anomaly power is, the more output damage it's going to be able to produce when you're actually using your skill. And remember, the Technomancer is really good and really reliant on a lot of his skills when it comes to the turret, when it comes to the rocket launcher, when it comes to the rocket barrage. So there is a lot of a benefit of getting a really high anomaly power. In addition to that, his skill Life Leech, which is really important, is how much health he's getting back from using his skills. So once again, as we're noticing right here, it seems to be synergizing very good with your skill abilities, and it has cooldown reduction by 4%, so allowing you to activate your skills a little bit more frequently. Now, we're also going to be diving in and taking a look at the mods a little bit later, but right now it does come with 2 mods. Remember, each gear drops with a total of 1 main mod that drops with the item, and then another additional mod that drops afterwards. So then we have the Torrential Downpour armor. This one in particular, guys, is going to be very favorable. Once again, we're taking a look at the 3 different stats here. Anomaly power 131. So once again, we're already almost at 260 right here. Then we have skills Life Leech, which again, getting our health back 2%, that's 4% once we have 2 pieces, and cooldown reduction to 4, giving us 8% of cooldown reduction. Now we're moving on to the leg and armor. Once again, it seems to be keeping the same stat, anomaly power 131, skill Life Leech 2%, and cooldown reduction to 4. So basically, if you're running 3 of these pieces, you're looking at a cooldown reduction of 12% and skill Life Leech of 6%, a little bit higher than that because we have the points. And then we're looking at anomaly power around 300, so around like 3090, right? So we're going to be having a really good boost to our skill ability. So not only that, but that's just having 3 armors. So if we were to get 4 armor pieces, it does seem like it's swaying a little bit different from what we were having on the other pieces. Now remember, there is a pair of gauntlets that we haven't showed, or they haven't been showcased to us. So that would be another armor piece. If it actually keeps the synergy of what we're able to get, it might put us of ×4 on every single slot that we had. So this one is just giving us max health of 86, giving us a little bit more health. A skill life leech, once again, this is still staying the same, and cooldown reduction of 4%. So basically the only thing we're kind of losing is the anomaly power, and we're getting a little bit of health once we get to the footgear. So that is actually pretty good, because it seems like the suit is synergizing very well once again with your skills, and also synergizing very well when it comes to you getting your health back when using your abilities. So one thing that's amazing is that you always are keeping this cooldown reduction. So theoretically, if you have all 5 pieces, your cooldown reduction will be at 20%, which is actually pretty huge, because if you take a look at the Technomancer skill tree, you could actually even increase that reduction by making sure you pick the right knot. So if you haven't checked out my breakdown of the first row of the skill tree, highly recommend you guys check it out. We'll be covering each individual row individually, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So with that being said, taking a deep dive into the armor suit, we kind of get the synergy of what the actual armor is trying to do. Now let's take a look at the mods and see what benefits we're going to be getting to our skills in order to enhance this and make this a little bit better. All right, so we're going to get started, of course, with the helmet once again, and we're going to be taking a look at the mod. So for the first mod, we have a Breathe In, which is going to take advantage of Fixing Wave. It's going to reduce the skill cooldown by 20%. Remember, if we have all 5 pieces, we got 20% already, and with this one, we get another 20% of the Fixing Wave. That's going to give us a total of 40% of us being able to kind of just spam this quite frequently. Then we have more traps, which is going to go Scrapnel. 1 additional mine can be thrown before triggering the cooldown. So once again, allowing us to throw that additional Scrapnel. Now, remember, if we have 3 pieces, we're going to be able to get a total of 6 Scrapnel, right? So it's going to give us a total of 6. And I'll show you guys exactly, what that looks like once we get to that particular mod. So now we are taking a look at the arms. For the arms, so we have the Trap Cluster, which is going to be a Scrapnel. It says double the number of mines that can be thrown before triggering the cooldown. And I'm going to show you guys in a quick example video clip on how this works, so you guys can get a better idea. And then we have Cleansing Wind. It says activate the skill, removes negative status from allies and grants 5-second immunity for them. Now, the way the Trap Cluster works, it's going to give you the ability of throwing an additional, double the number of mines you're able to throw. Now, based on what we got in the information from the devs, you're only able to get a total of 6 different mines, as you're seeing here in the video. And this is actually pretty good, because it's going to allow you guys to clear enemies really fast and really easy, especially if they're bunched up. And it's going to be a very good, effective way to even set up booby traps, because you could actually throw these mines on the ground and just make a run for it. And when the enemy runs through it, it'll blow up, which is going to give you double the amount of mines that you're able to throw. Now, this is actually going to synergize very well with the skill tree, because within the skill tree, there is a ability that's going to allow you to get more weapon damage when you use your Scrapnel. So it synergizes perfectly, because it's going to give you 30% not only to you, but also to your allies. So think about being able to spam these grenades, and every single time you're spamming this, you're going to be getting that 30% weapon damage to not only you, but also your allies. So really effective and really crazy when synergized perfectly within the skill tree. The next we're going to be taking a look, guys, of course, is the lower torso. And this comes with a level 3 mod called Head of the Ward. Reviving an ally also fully restores their health. Really good, guys. As you guys know, the Technomancer is going to all about health, all about reviving and support. So this is a very good mod to have, because it's going to give you the ability of being able to revive your teammates and make them come back to life with fully healthed. So it could turn the tides of a battle, of an expedition. So very good mod to have here within the armor. The last one we have is called More Damage Shrapnel. Increase the skill damage by 284%, which is pretty good, because remember, we're already increasing our anomaly power by 100 per armor set. So if we have all 5 pieces, we're going to be over 600 anomaly power, right? So that means our skill's going to have 600 more of that power. And in addition to that, with this mod, with this particular mod, which is a level 1, guys, these level mod 1s are crazy good. It's going to increase the skill damage by 284. So that's going to be giving us even more damage when we use our Scrapnel mod. So really cool and really amazing. Last but not least, guys, are the boots. And for the boots, we have another level 3 mod called Quartermaster. It says Fixing Wave. Activating the skill replenishes 1 weapon magazine for each ally. Cooldown is 45 seconds. So that means you're going to be able to get your magazine size back, Plus, your teammates are going to be able to get it. So they're going to love you. They'll be like, I need ammo. And you're going to be like, whoop, let me get the fixing wave. Boom, there, ammo right there on your clip. And the last mod he has is called Supplies. Scrap that 1 additional mine can be thrown before triggering the cooldown. So once again, we said that the total amount that mines you're able to throw is a total of 6. So this could be a very effective mod because you're going to be doubling the size. As you guys know, we have 3 of them, right? 3 of these supplies. So we have one mine plus 2 of these mods gives us a total of 3. Doubling gives us a total of 6. And the maximum amount you're able to have is a 6. So really, really crazy, really OP. But there you guys have it, guys. That's pretty much all the legendary armor we know so far. I'm going to say so far because you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to the channel because I'm going to have you covered with some items that you've probably never seen before for each individual class. And but these are pretty much the ones that are going to be tied specifically to certain for your legendary armor. Out of all the 4, let me know, which one do you think is the best? Which one do you guys prefer? Has it changed your mind on picking a different character based on this legendary armor? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.